Hello, hello, bonsoir et bienvenue tout le monde. C'est encore le Thursday, le jeudi en direct with Thursday Night Live, Broken But Not Wasted Ministries. It's a privilege, a pleasure, an honor to be again in your home as we usually are on Thursday night for the social part. Remember, on this platform, we do not only bring the spiritual to you, but we also bring the actual physical, the social aspect to life. All right, so tonight we have a wonderful guest by the name of Jean Alfred Delva. He is a young man who, by the way, I admire, and I'm going to introduce him to you very shortly. John Jean Alfred Delva was born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. As you know, we love to bring young professionals who are from Haiti. He was born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and migrated to the United States at the age of 13. He graduated from Miami Edison Senior High with honors and went on to FIU to pursue a business degree. However, he dropped out. He dropped out of college before completing his sophomore year at FIU to pursue a network marketing business and later found success with his website design and internet marketing company. So the name of the company is 1800 Web Solutions Inc. Jean is also the founder of Haiti Open, which is a beautiful magazine. I'll have a chance to show you pictures of that magazine a little bit later. Mostly known for its magazine publication and L'Encontre Inc., which is a dating application. He resides in North Miami, Florida. He loves going to the movies and he loves to listen to compa, Haitian compa music. All right, let us bring Jean Alfred Delva on screen. Welcome, Jadani.
Thank
God
you for
bless
having
you. It's a pleasure to have you tonight. So
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit more that we did not touch on the bio.
thank you
Nou
so much.
deja konen, nou deja di ki esou ye, but sou te kapap di nou ti kraspi plus de ou men.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Pastor Sarah Batroni. Really, thank you so much. I admire you also for several years at the church, Pentecostal Church of Miami, with Pastor Cuida and all. Uh, you cover a lot in the bio, short bio, quick bio, more or less. But as far as myself, more can I add is I design websites and I do internet marketing for clients. I develop apps for businesses, and I also manage a few business outside of the website design, which is like one is Haiti Open Magazine. A lot of people know about the magazine, but sometimes they not know who's behind the magazine. But that's one of the business that I have. And also there's Rencontre, a dating application that people can use to find romance online or to find like wedding. Someone who married or whatnot. Okay. But that's pretty much it about myself. Really, is I design websites. I do internet marketing for clients. I uh, I build applications for clients, and I manage Haiti Open Magazine and Rencontre. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you may have, and etc.
This is absolutely wonderful, Janani. And again, I am very proud of you. Kudos, compliment pour savoir accompli à un très jeune âge. Now, before we go any further, Janani, you went to college, you graduated at the, Edison, Miami Edison, right?
Yes.
Senior high. And then you went on to college to finish a degree, a business degree, but you did not complete. So, how did that happen? Now, we know in our community, and every parent, not just in our community, Every parent who has a child who's gone on to college would like to see that child graduate. So, parlez-nous de comment ça t'est fait, comment pendant le collège, et vous dire, you know what, forget this. I got this. I can start my own business, developing app and building websites. How did that happen, Janani?
I mean, first, I love school. I love school very much. I remember at high school was like A's and B's. When I got to NFIU, I mean, it was A's and B's as well. But as I progressed to the university and learning some of the material, I found out you didn't need a business degree to start a business. So that was the eye opener for me. I've seen some folks that started their own business, but didn't necessarily have a business degree to do so. So that's when I took that leap to start my own business without having finished a business degree. And the thing is about the internet or building websites or internet marketing, you don't really need to learn that out of school. You can kind of go to Google or take courses online, and you can do try and error by yourself on your own, and more or less start learning how to design websites. And there's a lot of other businesses that you can start just by learning some material online and give it a shot. So that's how that kind of got started. Is that I just went ahead and start testing it out and give it a try, and that's how I started.
Wow, it's not like you just did not learn it. You went on and started learning it little by little, and you felt comfortable as you grasp the information that you were learning online, and you're like, yeah, I can do this, right?
That is
And
correct.
you took a leap of faith. Yes. So yes, I'm glad that you mentioned that you are a member of the Pentecostal church. I remember very humble guy, very humble. John Danny, always very calm, just like you see him on screen. Very calm, very poised, always smiling. And I remember after church, without saying anything, he used to be a usher, and he would just pick up chairs and put the chairs back in their places for a good. Yes, remember that. Remember that. Right. So a very hard is very a hard working person. Again, I really appreciate. I really you are an inspiration. So you found out that you could do this on your own. Now, what was the reaction of your parents when they heard that, oh, Janani pa fini non, Janani kite m'tande l pral ouver business li, mpa konen ti gason an l'école pou te rete gradye puis l pa gradye. Now, please tell us, what was their reaction?
I mean, for the most part, it would be my mom.
Yes,
She,
your mom.
yeah,
Exactly, your mom.
yeah. My dad's in Haiti, so it was mostly my mom here. I mean, as far as my mom, really, it's she know I love school. She know I was doing well in school, and she know I was very adamant about what I was doing at the time, and I was very consistent with it. And as I was doing the business, it was not like I was just at the house not doing much. I was actually going out dressed up every day trying to find clients. So she knew I was doing something positive. It's not like I was wasting my time. And even people that have their own businesses, I mean, you would see that they're active in the community. They're doing communications, they're talking to people, etc. So I was doing all of that at very early on, like as far as networking with people, etc. So she didn't really like mad or anything like that because I was literally very serious with this very early on. I was networking with people. I was dressing up every day to go get clients. So mom was okay with it because she knows I was doing something, like I was actively doing it. I wasn't just saying it. So yes.
Yes, let me say hello to Reverend Gina Walker. She's like, yes, mom, we want them to graduate. We want them to graduate for sure, right? You with me on that, Reverend Walker? I'm with you. So tell me about the confidence and the fear factor. You said you took a leap of faith. Was there any apprehension? Was there any fear that you might not be successful at this? I know you mentioned that you studied networking. Okay, ou commencer à contacter moun, etc., etc. So how was it? I mean, in your mind, were you totally confident that, you know what, I am going to make it by the grace of God? Because the Bible says, blessed is the man who, you know, who connaît que tout ça pral faire pral réussir. How did, talk to us about this. Walk us through this in your mind, in yourself. How did it happen? The confidence factor versus the fear factor or the apprehension factor.
Okay, more than happy. How it happened was, it's like you said earlier, it's the fear factor, and then there's confidence. The thing is about confidence sometimes is that you cannot really just, acquire it. It's something you have to kind of lean into over time, that you kind of learn over time, or that you kind of like get into over time, I would say, with experience. Now, as far as the fear part of it is, I mean, I was still living with my mom, so I didn't. If I didn't succeed, or let's say it didn't work out, I mean, yeah, I could probably go back to college and then finish the degree, etc. So the fear wasn't too much there as far as like I could fail or whatnot. Now, as far as confidence again is how I got about building the business. It's you have to start like step by step. Let's say, for example, in the beginning, I would go door to door, knock on businesses, and ask them if they want a website. Now, I was actively going to them and asking them, like soliciting people and asking them if they want a website. That was that first part. Now, after I started getting good at that and I started getting some clients, then I graduated from that and I didn't need to do that anymore. Next step was I started putting signs on the streets, where I would like buy signs and then put them on the streets, on the by the roads, and now people would call me instead of me going after people. So that was that second stage, and then like I graduated from that after a few years, where the next step was I would pay people to do email blasts for me, and they would blast that I do website design, and then people would find me with those newsletters that they send for me, maybe bi-weekly on a monthly basis. And after I graduated from that, then I start using Google, where let's say if someone looking for web design in Miami or Miami web designer, they would go on Google and I would come up like on the first page. Like there was a time like in 2012, about 4 years after I started my business, I was like number one, number two for Miami web design and web design Miami, which means there were several other web design firms in Miami from people that are like Russians or Brazilians or Latinos or blacks, but my company was like number one for Miami web design and web design Miami. And about 90% of my business were exactly like with Russians, Latinos, and people that make up South Florida. Even though I'm Haitian, obviously, I mean, even my company name is 1804 Web Solutions. So yes, but at the time, though, only about 5 or 10% of my clients were Haitians, because people were finding me online just by going on Google and putting web design Miami. And that took about a good 4 or 5 years for me to get that position, to learn it. But after I started getting people like that, then I even got to a point where I even took a break from web designing, where I was just managing existing clients. So I even remember I went to Haiti, and then in 2014, and I'm like, okay, I need to start doing something for the Haitian community. That's when I launched Haiti Open Magazine in 2015, etc. So it was stepping stone, like step by step.
Wow, wow, wow. Very inspirational, like Dr. Duvernay is saying. So you started out, you said it was a step by step journey. Okay, little by little, you started out pulling on the low hanging fruits, like some people would say. So you started out knocking on doors first, then you started out putting signs on the streets, then you had people put out some emails and so on and so forth, and soon you started getting your clients. Wow. So now, why 1804 Web Solutions? Why
Uh,
that name? That's intriguing to me. So, l'antijan intriguant, 1804.
yeah, I mean,
web solution. Pour qui ça non ça?
no, the thing is, like, let's say, for example, if I was starting it right now, maybe may not have been like 1804 Web Solutions, but I was 21 at the time. I was 22, and you will find out like a lot of kids that are here, a lot of Haitians, kids that are here, like they're really, I mean, patriotic. They're really sensitive when it comes to Haiti, and particularly our Independence Day. Like it's speak volume. So let's say 1804 means like a lot to us. So I just figure just call the company 1804 Web Solutions. So it's more of a proud thing and the age that I was in too. So at this age right now, I'm like 35. I mean, most likely I'll probably want to call it 1804 Web Solution. But at a young age when I started it, like I was just proud to be Haitians and I just wanted to represent, I guess. Yes.
Strategically in reference or according to that, to the Haitian population. Is that what you're saying?
I'm
Help me
sorry.
understand.
What was it? What was the question?
I'm saying you chose that name. That was a strategic move. That means you are catering. You wanted to target the Haitian population with the 1804, or I'm not sure if I got that.
Oh no, no, that was just it wasn't that at all. I was just being patriotic about it. I was young and I was just I love the 1804. What it represents, and that was pretty much it. In fact, I mean, most of my clients, I mean, as I was leaning to success, I mean, as I was getting successful with some business with the websites, like a lot of people didn't know what 1804 meant because a lot of those clients were not Haitians. Some of them even thought it was like a zip code or something like that. I mean, even right now, I have clients like that've been with me since 2012 for like 8 years. I have this big client in they own a gun range and a gun center in Hialeah called Florida Gun Center. They've been with me for like since 2012, and I mean, they send me a check like every month, but they don't know what 1804 means. It's just 1804. That's it. But it wasn't to target Haitians per se. It was just a name that I was proud to have. I mean, as part of my business, which is 1804. Yes, that was it. It wasn't to target Haitian per se. No.
Okay, got you, got you. So now talk to us a little bit. Now I'm very interested, not just a little bit, but about Haiti Open. All right. So you started out with the website. You said you kind of stopped, and then you went for Haiti Open. How did that start? What was the vision for this beautiful magazine called Haiti Open?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was the first cover that we did print wise. But like I was saying earlier, it's like the websites is that I got to a point where I could have paused. I took a pause, and I took a trip. I didn't travel much. I took a trip to Haiti in 2000 December 2014. And when I got to Haiti, what I was seeing and what they said about the country, I mean, because I left Haiti when I was 13. So now when I went back, I was like 25 or 26. And what they said about the country wasn't what they portray on television. So I figure let me put something out there that can represent the country or media that can talk about Haiti, that could represent Haiti, to the world, etc. So that's how Haiti Open come about. I registered the name like since 2008, but I was just using it to do like yellow page online for the Haitian market. But after I took a trip to Haiti and I saw the country, I saw the hotels, then that's when I said, you know what, like let me launch Haiti Open as a magazine as well. And then early on, people start supporting it. They see that it's something that's quality, something that can represent the Haitian market and the Haitian community well. And we have a lot of doctors, lawyers, and local business that support the magazine. Even some hotels in Haiti as well support the magazine over the years. And so far, we published about 13 editions, and we have several more to come. And I mean, it's something that we definitely need in the community, and I'm glad that I have got it started.
Wow. You've had 13 editions so far.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, and you feature celebrities, you feature professionals, you feature great locations in Haiti, like the wedding locations.
Yes.
I mean, guys, this is what we're talking about. Ça son petit panou qu'a fait gros bagay kon sa. That's what I love to bring these young people on board on Thursday night to showcase, to display the intelligence, all right, the excellence that we as a people we have. Gadon jeune ti moun kon sa, Likite, you said you started when you were 21, just about 21.
I mean, I started the business when I was like 21, 22, whatnot, officially. The magazine, I was like 27, 28, I would say. I remember for my 30th birthday, I wanted to put like the name Haiti Open on the billboard. So that's when I had taken there was a billboard on the I-95 on Hallandale. And at the time, I had Audi Larivie on the cover that says Compa. So I wanted to put that word on the billboard on I-95, like, at least, because you would see a lot of Latino stuff on there, like, you would see other countries on there, but never really the Haitian culture. So that's when I had, like, did the best I can. I think it was like February somewhat of 2016. I was able to help the magazine get a billboard on I-95, and at that, and then I think 3 months after that, with Dr. Moise edition, I did about the buses. The behind, I took like 5 bus shelters, no, 10 bus shelters, and then behind the bus, I took about 5 buses to promote the magazine as well. And I think a few months after that, I took some taxi tops that were driving around like downtown, Braco, etc. That says Haiti Open on top of the taxis, because I make a living, very well, a good living with the website design, but whatever money I make with the magazine, I would just, whatever money that's left, I would use the leftover money to push the brand, to push the magazine, or to push the culture, whatnot, and pretty much.
That is absolutely beautiful. That ça c'est gon tête k'ap pense gen stratégie dans so fait. I remember seeing that in the back of the city bus, right? In
Yes.
the back of a huge city bus going by, and it's advertising for Haiti,
Yeah.
Haiti Open.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, if you guys si nou te konwe magazine Haiti Open na, you did not know who was behind it. Well, this is the face behind Haiti Open.
Oh.
That's the face. A young Haitian entrepreneur, CEO, website designer, application. You make apps too, right? I
Yes.
mean, that's a brain, ladies and gentlemen. That's a brain. Um, so, where do you see yourself now? So, you mean I've gone through the magazine, and the way it works is any type of business or professionals in the community, if you want to advertise in Haiti Open, you pay per page, right, for the advertisement or for whatever space. Please tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's kind of like how I've been able to raise money to print it. Let's say if someone owns a clinic or a health center or whatnot, they will take a page in a magazine to discuss the health clinic. And we may be able to sell maybe a good 20 of those at a average price of about $1,000 or so per page. And the magazine is usually about 100 pages. So we would sell 20 pages, and the other 80 pages would consist of content materials, health material. If it's about health, it's about wedding material and compa or music, whatever it is. So more or less, that's how I've been able to raise the money with people that pay to advertise in the magazine. Because when I was starting it, there wasn't like more any investor involved. Even right now, there's no investment. It's just people pay to advertise in the magazine, and whatever money that I raise from the magazine, I just use it to print and to use it to advertise, and keep it alive that way, more or less.
Absolutely fabulous. And we are saying congratulations again to you,
Oh, thank
Jadani, for your hard work, and your hard work is paying off. So, someone's asking, how do they subscribe? Is there a way to subscribe to that magazine?
Yeah, we're gonna start opening the subscription sometime in the fall of this year, maybe like November or so. Because right now I need to put some time aside to do a next edition. The next edition will be like a homage, a tribute for the president that and the former president of Haiti, or not former, but it's like a tribute edition that we're gonna do for him. So after that edition is done, that will cover the life of the president and whatnot. And then we'll do like a fall edition about shopping. Then we're gonna launch the subscription again, where people can receive it quarterly, every 3 months in their home. And we're gonna open that for sure sometime in November of this year, around the holiday season for sure.
Yes, thank you. And the quality, guys, the quality of that magazine is just absolutely, it's excellent work. I mean, the material, the paper that he uses, the pictures, the clarity, and again, the content. You saying it's 100 pages. They won't see bagay flip flop, not going to booklet or pass it, go and get it. Not like that, you guys. It's a regular magazine, 100 pages. All right. If you do 20 pages, c'est pour advertisements for business professionals and so on and so forth. If you load 80 pages, it's contents. Okay, different type of contents, wedding destinations, vacations, whatever you have. So that is just beautiful work, Jean Dani. Again, compliment. All
Thank
right.
you.
Um, you are very welcome. We are proud of you. We are absolutely inspired by you. Um, where do you see yourself in the next 5, in the next 10 years? And after that, you're gonna talk to us a little bit about those apps, the app that you build.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I would say moving forward, like we're developing some applications that can particularly help the Haitian market, like homeland, I would say. So one particular project we're working on right now that moving forward with, like the next few months, that I could launch. It's possibly a marketplace that is based in Haiti that can help people in Haiti shop with each other. If anything, like Haiti Open itself will be like there'll be a market. Sorry, there'll be a marketplace component application part of it that will enable people in Haiti to buy from each other. There's some other services we're gonna launch where people in Haiti they will be able to do business easier with each other within the apps, and even the diaspora will be able to involve in that marketplace. Because a lot of people are limited in Haiti right now with what they can buy with them, like among each other. They have to go to see each other physically, and right now they don't have ways for them to use credit cards or debit cards. So there's some products that I'm launching soon in the next few months that will enable people in Haiti to do business with each other more easily, more make things more accessible. Because a lot of people in Haiti they have they have phones, they have WhatsApp, so they'll be able to use those apps and services that I'm launching soon with the Haiti Open brand, along with some other along with some other another business that I'm launching that I will discuss pretty soon. Sorry, I think you mentioned something about 5 years from now. Pretty much, really, it's Haiti Open. We're trying to turn it into a marketplace to help the Asian market, people here and people in Haiti. And we're also launching some products that can help people in Haiti do business with each other, like do transaction easier in Haiti. So that's what we looking forward to for the next 3 to 5 years or so. And some of those products will launch in the next several months or so. So next 5 years, I would say Haiti Open is to kind of like live true to its name, as in like Haiti Open, like in the best way possible, where people can actually do business with each other. That they open to to the outside world to do business with them as well. So the goal is to kind of have Haiti Open really truly open in a way where it able to facilitate like business with a with good scale and capacity and more transparency. So there's a lot ahead with the name Haiti Open. I mean, yes, people know it as a magazine platform now, but moving forward, we're gonna get involved a lot into businesses and like transactions and people selling products and services. It will be a platform, a marketplace for the Asian market that is based in Haiti and based here that can service both market, the diaspora, and Haiti as well. So it's we're gonna see if we can help a lot of people in Haiti and with that brand and with the name and with application we have moving forward.
Yes. So
That's
it sounds like to me, it sounds like this is the name itself is very prophetic. When you keep saying, and hopefully Haiti will be open, all right, to businesses internationally, to tourism again, Haiti open. So we are really hoping and praying that this happens for our country. But in terms of the application building applications, making applications, on average, if somebody wants to have an app for a business, how much on average does it cost for you to build it? Or is
oh,
it very complex or complicated? It's not like a straight answer. How does that work?
yeah, it's not too strict because some applications demands more functions, and function have we have to develop those functions. And to develop those functions, they require time, and time just costs money. So that's kind of like how that kind of get decided. But we do have an application we start. I mean, I'm started working on for the community. I would say, let's say someone is an application that can host their social media like Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. What we do is we have an application where someone can like have one application, and that application you can show news, you can show information about your business, you can even show affiliate marketing. So if you want to make money inside that application as well, you can show products recommendations if you want people to buy products that you have available. You can even show, let's say, again, like live YouTube channel inside the application. You can show radio channel if you want inside the application. You can show television streaming inside the application that we're building right now for some folks. And it's relatively very inexpensive. It's about $1,500 or so. And you can have an application where once you have it, it's like whatever you do on YouTube is automatically feed into the application, and whatever you do on Facebook, Instagram, it feeds into the application. If you post something on your website, it automatically feed onto the application. That application you pay for it only one time, and then all you have to do after that, pay Apple maybe $100 a year and Google $25 a year for as a developer to keep your account open. But more or less with that application, it's like instead of telling someone to go to your website, now they can just go to your application. They could just have your application and your contact information is in there, your social media is in there, your services in there. Everything that you do is inside one application. So that is something we're doing for people, and we do it at a very affordable cost, which is like just $1,500. You can have your application where you can have everything you do inside one application. So that's the application right now we're really trying to push for people to have, instead of just having a website that is just one step behind, one step beyond that.
You
Hello?
would actually connect the app with the website. Is that how it works?
Yeah, matter of fact, that's I'm not sure if you see it. Oh, hold on, I don't know. You can't see this, right? There you go. All right, so let's say this is an application. So the light is crazy, but let me see. Yeah, like because of the screen, you won't be able to see it. But I mean, that'll be best maybe. And maybe after the interview or afterwards, you guys can like contact me, whatnot. I can show you guys demo of how the application looks. But the application more or less take off it like whatever you post on social media automatically comes into your application. So people don't have to necessarily follow you on social media to see what you're up to. They can just go to your application and they can comment on your social media. They can comment on your Facebook posts, your Instagram posts, your YouTube, etc. Everything inside your application. It's like just like you have access to your, let's say, your bank account. You see how much you have or what's taken, what's this. Your application more or less give people access to everything that you do. It's like it's like your platform. All you have to do now is build it. I mean, you tell people about it, and then whoever has your application now, they can easily just contact you. They can easily see what you do. They can easily what you've been up to, etc.
This is absolutely impressive, you guys. This is impressive, Jadani. This is
Yeah.
impressive. And everybody's saying the same thing about you, that you are a very polite young man, very much to yourself, very poised, very quiet. And on top of it, you have the intelligence. All right. So again, congratulations. And someone is saying that you are under 40. Yeah. I
Oh,
think it's
wow.
that's a young, successful CEO who is under 40 in the Haitian community, you all. God bless you, Janani.
Yeah.
So a question for you. Very important. How do you balance your personal or spiritual life with the business?
I used to
Thank you
work
for that
like
question. Thank
yeah.
you. Very good question. That's yours, Janani.
Yeah, I remember especially when with the magazine, I used to work like maybe like 7 days a week or so. At one point, like literally. But nowadays, I'm starting to scale back. Where now I work like a good 6 days, and then I start to take Sundays off, where I turn off the computer. Especially, I I started very early on. I was like 21, 22 when I got started. So it's been like 13 years. So yeah, I'm like under 40 or I'm 35 now, but it's like in technology years, sorry, that's very old. That's like 13 years of doing like websites and looking at the computer. In terms of like technology, yeah, that's very old. But that's why I balance it. Now I'm starting to take Sunday off. I used to work like 7 days a week, but now I'm starting to take Sundays off to balance things out more or less.
And you're trying to give yourself some kind of a break at some point, right? Because
Absolutely.
before, what have I said? Just said trying to get to where you at right now. So after 13 years, you're like, okay, let me take a breather, right? Let me
Absolutely.
read. Yes, yes. Okay. How do you get the magazine? Miss Edwidge is asking.
Uh, for the past, several years, we usually just give it to restaurants, businesses, clinics, and then they give it away. We give it at events. But right now we have the last edition is on Amazon right now. If someone want to order the last edition, they could go to Amazon and they could put Haiti Open magazine and they could order it there. But moving forward, we will do a subscription where people can subscribe. The subscription will probably be about $25 a year, and they will receive like 4 editions per year. So we're gonna make that magazine accessible to a lot of people moving forward. Once we open the subscription again, sometime in the fall, November, December of this year.
Someone's asking who are the writers and topics for the magazine?
The
Is there
writers,
a team, an editing team who's working with you to do? I know you just do it quarterly. So who are those writers and the topics that I think you've already answered as far as contents discussed in the magazine. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, as far as the writers, let's say we see someone like write a good piece of article somewhere, and they have a Haitian background. We will reach out to that person and ask them to see if they can write for us. And sometimes we would ask some writers to do interviews for some of some business owners for us, or some artists, or some celebrities, whatnot. Because personally, I don't write articles. I don't do any interview. I just kind of like put things together. I don't. I hire writers to write the articles, and how I find them is like, let's say, social media. I would contact them and ask them how much they charge per word or per article, and they would write for me for the magazine like that. And the same thing goes for photographers. I would see their work, and then I ask them if they can photograph this person for me, and then they would tell me their fees, and then I would kind of put it together as far as whatever price they give me. I would kind of raise the money by raising money to print the magazine by charging advertisers to advertise in the by charging businesses to advertise in the magazine, and that money I would use it, some of it to pay writers, some of it to pay photographers, and a bulk of it to pay the printers, more or less. But that's pretty much like how I kind of put things together. I hire writers, photographers, and of course the printer. Even the designer, like the person that designed the magazine, more or less, like I help them. I mean, I contribute the photography. Sorry, I provide the material, and then someone design it, like the advertising. It's kind of like I just put things together. Really, it's like I don't write, I don't design, I don't do photography. I just put things together, and and let's say someone has suggestions, they would let me know, and then I would consider the suggestions for the magazine or for the topic to discuss. I mean, the magazine is more or less a platform, meaning whatever some folks say, I would consider it, and if it makes sense, I would publish it in a magazine. And let's say if Haiti doesn't have like a magazine that talks about wedding, then I would consider doing a wedding. I did that. Let's say if someone want to talk about culture, then I would discuss what kind of culture topics to discuss, etc., inside the magazine. So it's a participation thing. Yes, I run it, own it, but it's like it's a platform where whatever some folks let me. I mean, advise to do. It's like I would consider it, more or less. So it's I don't do everything by myself. I just kind of help put things together.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right. Will there be an online subscription?
Yeah,
Are you
starting
thinking
in
about?
November. Yeah, starting in November for sure. We will have that open. Yeah, you'll be able to subscribe and receive it at home, etc. 4 times a year.
4 times a year,
Yes,
right?
quarterly. Yeah, it'll be about $25 or so.
How much?
It'll be about $25. For $25 a year, you'll be able to receive it at home. Yeah.
And I know, if I may add
Yeah.
to, and I would ask how you balance your personal slash spiritual life with the business. If I may add, his mom would not let him off the hook. So
Yes.
for that, I am not really worried. Okay. Parce que maman, I'm telling you, oh my goodness, a woman of prayer, a warrior. So
Oh,
maman
yeah.
pas quitter la guêpe mon Dieu.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
Jonah?
Yeah, she's there. Yeah.
Yes, I know. I know. So there's another question. How do you plan to reach the whole Haitian population with the magazine? I don't think my people read magazine that much. I was going to ask a question in terms of advertising in magazines along the same lines, but I'll let you go ahead and answer that question first. Go ahead.
I mean, as far as the Haitian population, or we have different demographics. I mean, we have Haitian that are in Haiti, of course, and then we have Haitian that are like in diaspora, and then we have older Haitians, and then we have young Haitians. One of the ways we have to look at the name Haiti Open is not. It's like the magazine is one product. So yes, some people may not be able to have a copy, a hardcover copy in their hands, but a lot of them will have access to read the magazine, to look at the magazine with the Haiti Open application. So that's the magazine. Like that's how we plan on reaching as many people as possible. People that subscribe, they can subscribe to receive hardcovers, or they can receive them. They can read the magazine inside the application. And as far as the whole Haitian population per se, I mean, all of us have access to apps. Even our grandma right now. I mean, they have WhatsApp, they have YouTube, so they can download the Haiti Open Magazine app, and they will be able to read the magazine down the line. It's not inside the app right now yet, but in the next few months, we'll make the magazine available inside the application for people to be able to read it and etc. And like as far as it's not so much as the magazine, but let's say Haiti Open, we're launching products that will be able to help actually the entire Haitian population per se. As in, let's say if someone wants to buy a product in Haiti, or if they want to support a business in Haiti, in the next few months they'll be able to use the application and do business in Haiti inside the application Haiti Open. So the magazine is just one product that Haiti Open has available. It's like Haiti Open magazine, but there'll be a Haiti Open marketplace. There'll be some Haiti Open products as well. So we're planning to reach the Asian population at several different levels, because at the end of the day, we just want to help as many different people as possible. Yeah.
Very good. So my question was along the same line as Miss Anaika's. How effective is advertisement when somebody places an ad in the magazine? How effective is it? Why would somebody place an ad in the magazine instead of putting it somewhere else?
Okay.
Like, the Google ads or Facebook ads. I mean, what's the difference? How effective is the ads in the magazine?
I mean, yes. Let's say magazine is print advertising, and yes, let's say for example, for $1,000, you put a page inside a magazine that we print about 10,000 copies. So let's say at $1,000, and then you put a page inside 10,000 prints. Now that 10,000 magazine copies that are out there, it's when someone have the magazine, they're not gonna throw it away. They're gonna keep that magazine, so your ad will be seen like on and on and on. And it's not just that one person that owns the magazine that will see the magazine. Their friends will see it, and other people that see the magazine will see it as well. And and we're talking about on the course of several months, several years, people will have that magazine, and so more or less that $1,000 that you spend at one time, people will be able to keep building. You'll be able to keep building your brand with that one ad. Now, as far as effectiveness, I mean, I definitely know people aware of ads that are inside a magazine. For example, there was an ad that we ran for Dr. Moise for his clinic, and the ad says we accept all insurances. And someone actually went inside the clinic, and then they said, "Your the ad says you accept all insurance. How come you do not accept my insurance?" And like I know that because the next time we printed the magazine, the clinic, the Dr. Moise clinic, had to update the ad to say we accept most insurance. So more or less, people do look at the magazine, they do see the ads in there, and if it's something that they can use and positive, they'll be able to. They will contact those businesses as well. And some of the people that we put on the covers of the magazine also, they get massive amount of exposure, and sometimes people even call them and ask them, "Oh, I see you on the magazine. I've seen you in a hotel in Haiti. I've seen you so and so." So the magazine do get around. A lot of people are familiar with the magazine. And as far as print, it's awareness, it's brand recognition. Sometimes you may not get a call right away, but it's like your presence. People get to put a face with your business. It's sometimes you could have an article that is written about you in the magazine, and the article tells your story. It tells people about you, how you bring about your business, how you can be an inspiration. Because sometimes people remember stories better than an ad. So it's how you advertise in the magazine as well. You can tell people why you're doing your business and how you're doing it, and like why you should do it, what, etc. The magazine can put that out there for you, where a Google ad will be limited. A Google ad, someone click on it, they get to your page. The bounce rate is high. They can leave your page right away. But the magazine is something they can always go back to, and then their friends, etc. So it's the return is there over time. Yes, absolutely.
You're confident that it's a very effective means of advertising. If somebody wants to advertise, it would be a very good thing because the magazine is kept. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
we're coming to an end. Thank you so much for your time. I know the days are long, but one last question. How do you plan to captivate the people's interest? Um, to read the magazine on the app, because somebody's saying even download the app, because if the subject, the topics, or the content is not interesting, they're not even going to bother. So how you are planning on pulling people in to download the app and then to read the magazine in the app?
I mean, yes, absolutely. That makes perfect sense. Now, the things about the platform, or let's say the magazine, people sometimes subscribe to different magazines that are of interest to them. So let's say we have the Haiti Open magazine. We know it's a Haitian-based per se magazine. So more or less, we have to tell stories, we have to write articles, and we have to cover like Haitian-related topics that mean something to the Haitian market. So now, as far as like of interest to someone would be like, let's say, Haitian like to cook Haitian food. So in the magazine, like we do trying to feature, let's say, Haitian recipe, or give, I mean, how to cook certain food, and like we're trying to feature certain chefs that give advice on like like how to cook certain like Haitian meal or whatnot. And that's just like the food, let's say, part of it. Now let's say there's some place in Haiti where someone can have wedding. So we cover where in Haiti you can have weddings, like say the wedding planner is available, and everything that you would need to do a wedding in Haiti. So yes, let's say for example, if you want to get married somewhere outside of Haiti, Haiti Open Magazine talk about wedding may not be of interest to you, but let's say there may be some Haitians that are living here that might want to go to Haiti to have a wedding as a destination wedding. They may be interested in the magazine as far as that. We have lawyers, doctors that discuss some topics that particular interest to Haitian, maybe because of how what Haitian eat, or the let's say the history or background. I mean, there's some doctors that discuss certain topics that relate to Haitian. There's some lawyers that discuss topics that relate to Haitian. So again, it's a platform, and as far as a platform, you discuss things that might be of interest to people that can benefit people, and more or less a particular niche market, which is the Haitian market or the Haitian diaspora or even Haiti. So if you bring professionals to discuss certain topics in the magazine, then it makes sense why someone would be interested, because it's people that of professionals that are discussing things that they need to know. So those are the kind of material that they will find in the magazine, or from people of professional background, etc. So it'll be useful for them for sure.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Hey, Janani, you've worked hard, and you are reaping the fruit of your hard labor, and we applaud you for this, and we are very proud um, of you. And we pray that the Lord continue to make you go from success to success. And may His grace be poured out on you, on your business, your partners, everybody's pulling with you, and we are cheering for you. So, you guys, if you want to have a website, you can email Delva at 1804websolutions.com. Somebody was asking for the name of the business, is
Yeah.
1804 Web Solutions. So Jean Alfred Delva, website designer and SEO expert, 1804 Web Solution. All right. He's located at 12864 Biscayne Boulevard, Suite 298 in Miami. All right, the phone number is 305 502 3367, 305 407 1642. Let me tell you, he is very professional. I've dealt with him, not just recently or yesterday. I've been dealing with John Dani. He answers his phone, he's prompt, he does the work that he needs to do. So I fully recommend Jean Dani Delva for your website if you need one, or even your app. Okay. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. And I see that you guys liked. For those of you who did not like yet, go ahead and do that right now, and go and share this broadcast so we can encourage this young, handsome,
Oh,
successful entrepreneur, Haitian entrepreneur. Okay. And I know AJ said he's not even 40 yet. So we
oh,
can encourage him.
it is on there. Ah,
He's shy. Janan is very quiet. He's on very,
oh,
he keeps low. Janani is very shy, very, very quiet, very calm. So we just encourage you, Janani, because you've done some great work. Okay. May
Sarah,
God
thank you so
bless you.
much.
And you guys,
Sorry, thank you so
go
much for
ahead.
having
Any
me.
last words? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. You're doing a great job. I mean, I've done with you as well. I mean, I'll help you with some website work. I think you were helping Dr. Eugene, etc. So yeah, thank you so much for the client. And yeah, I've seen you at church. I've seen your kids, and like, I mean, definitely they're wonderful kids, and I've grew up with them at the church, and like I'm sure all that is due to your efforts. I'm sure Mr. Batoni has some part in it too, but really, you're a wonderful person, and I've seen you over the years at the church, etc. And thank you for having me on this. And this may be my first big interview on YouTube or wherever that is. But thank you so much for having me, and this meant a lot. Okay.
And it wasn't bad, right? Was it?
No, it was good. Just talking, just talking to a friend. So it's all good.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Janani. I really appreciate it, and you're welcome to come back anytime. All right, on this platform. Got you guys. Go ahead and like the broadcast. One more like. So go ahead and like it right now and share, please. All right. So thank you for being here. It's already 8:34. We have to split, but remember we are meeting tomorrow morning for prayer. Tomorrow's Friday. So in the meantime, I'm gonna give you the blessing for tonight, Janani. Again, thank you so much. I'm gonna take you off screen
All right. Thank
right
you so
now.
much,
God
guys.
bless you and good night.
Okay. Good night.
All right, you guys, I'll see you in the morning. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord turn his face towards you. May he give you his grace. May the Lord make his face shine upon you, and may he give you his peace in Jesus' name. God bless you guys. And I really do thank you for all your prayers, your support during this difficult time that we've had these past 2 weeks. Thank you so, so, so very much for all the wishes, the support, the love that you've given us, all right, at the passing of Tete. We appreciate you. God bless you and good night. Yes, indeed, it was very informative. Yes, thank you so much, you guys. Go ahead and like and share. Bye.